Alright guys, what's going on? It's your boy here, TheChrisPhoenix, giving my WWE 2012 Hell in the Cell pay-per-view review. And honestly, I know a lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about this pay-per-view. I don't blame them. But honestly, this pay-per-view I think was a little bit better than what I expected. Granted, that's not saying much, but let's kick it off. We had the pre-show. There was no match, no nothing. Just, you know, a little segment with John Cena trying to explain about the quote-unquote affair between himself and Miss AJ Lee. And, you know, Vicky Guerrero came out and saying that AJ is a liar and that she has pictures and she's gonna prove it on Monday Night Raw and blah blah blah. And then Dolph Ziggler came out and, you know, Cena threw him out of the ring, and that was basically it. So you start off the show with Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio, and honestly, I give WWE credit. You know, it was actually a pretty good match. You know, I honestly thought I kind of had mixed emotions, like, this could be good, but it depends. But it was, you know, it was a good match between Randy Orton and ADR. Not too bad, entertaining. I found it at least entertaining, and you know, got a little botched there at the end with the whole RKO thing. I was like, what the hell? But honestly, good match. Randy Orton wins. So yeah. Next, you got the tag team match between Team Rhodes Scholars, aka Cody Rhodes, Damien Sandow, versus Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane. For all you don't know, for any time I'm going to say Team Hell No, I'm literally going to call it Hell No, just because of it. But anyway, this actually got quite a bit of time, you know, and a lot of people, you know, have been bashing WWE lately. You know, one particular spot or thing that you can agree with, or I think a lot of people can agree with, is the tag team division. The tag team division has been solid. It's been pretty good. And this proved it. You know, it was a very good, very entertaining match. Got a good amount of time. And, you know, it was interesting, too. Not just how well the chemistry between Daniel Bryan and Kane, but also Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes. And, you know, even though near at the end, you know, of course you had Kane and Daniel Bryan, they argued and whatnot, kind of expected that. And, you know, Daniel Bryan dropped kicking Kane by accident. Kane got all pissed off. They started raising hell. Referee called the bell, disqualification. So even though Team Hell No retains the championships, Team Rhodes Scholars, you know, won the match. Which is good, you know, I guess, because you don't want to make, you know, challengers look bad, but at the same time, you want the champions look bad. So it's kind of like, oh, what happens tomorrow night, you know? So, I understand it. Next you got Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. Before the match even happened, you had a backstage segment between The Miz. You know, he cut a promo saying how Kofi Kingston being the Intercontinental Champion is the end of the world, it's doomsday, and that he's going to save the world. Alright. So anyway, IC title match, Miz versus Kofi Kingston. Good, entertaining match. You know, I like The Miz's strategy, you know, because, you know, we always see Kofi Kingston, like, really, you know, kind of like a Mexican jumping bean, just jumps like freaking crazy. But of course Miz trying to settle Kofi Kingston down, beating him up on his legs, and then now despite all of that, Kofi Kingston, you know, still hits the Trouble in Paradise and wins. And after the match, it was Matt Striker that interviewed him, and I want to thank The Miz for bringing the Wildcat out of Kofi Kingston, something that, you know, WWE Universe hasn't seen in a long time. The Wildcat, and I'm like, the hell? The Wildcat? Where is this coming from? Like, seriously, like, okay. But anyway, it was different, but it was a good match, you know, all seriousness. It was an entertaining match. So then you got Tony Cesaro versus Justin Gabriel. Not a fan of this match. I think it's just me, generally. Like, I don't care much about Tony Cesaro. I know a lot of internet fans, you know, remember from Claudio, you know, from the Indies, and, you know, some people do like Justin Gabriel, but me, it's kind of like, I just didn't care much about this match. And, you know, the crowd definitely didn't, because they were deader than, like, the freaking Walking Dead, which I'll admit is a very good show. I can't believe I'm watching that in 45 minutes, but yeah. I'd say 35 minutes, but, so anyway, match itself, it wasn't too bad. It was just like, you know, it's like one of those matches that you sit there going, it was okay, but, you know, you had no real much build up to it, so you kind of don't care much, you know, so. But until Cesaro did retain the belt, who's he going to lose it to? I don't know, Zack Ryder or someone? I have no idea. So then you got Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio, versus the Primetime Players. And doesn't it seem like just yesterday that the primetime players were getting a push? Next thing you know, Abraham Washington's fired for that joke, which I found funny, and a lot of people did too, but hell, because of Linda's precious Senate race, he gets fired, and then all of a sudden, you know, they become like the Usos, you know, a talented tag team that's just all of a sudden just dropped off the face of this earth. But, you know, it was an alright match. Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio win. I gotta admit though, at first, Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara, I was not a fan of the tag team. Now I'm like, it's okay. You know, at least they're matching up. You know, the Lucha Libre style outfits and whatnot. So, next you got the Big Show versus Sheamus, and I think this has to be one of the shockers of the night. And I'll give you to that in a second. Believe it or not, this probably was one of the most, you know, I know a lot of people make fun of the Big Show, obviously, but this is probably one of the best Big Show matches he's had, like the matches Big Show's had in years. Like really, it was, I found it entertaining, I found it pretty good. You know, when Sheamus kicked out of the weapons of mass destruction and chokes him, I sat there going, you know, I'm friends with you know? But, you know, the next thing you know, Sheamus gets hit with the weapons of mass destruction again to his face, and then Big Show wins. And I'm sitting here going, alright. You know, and I kind of laughed a little bit because, you know, everyone else, you know, thought, oh, Ziggler's going to cash in tonight. Obviously, that's not going to happen. You're going to have a heel cashing on a heel unless he's going to turn face or something. But, anyways, so yeah, Big Show leaves with the World Heavyweight Championship. I sense a Randy Orton feud between him and the Big Show in the near future. TLC, baby. Next you got Eve versus... Okay, first of all, before the Divas match, you had the backstage segment with, you know, Eve, you know, talking to Booker T. Booker T walks away, and then Teddy Long's like, oh, you got what's coming to you. Then Zack Ryder pops in there looking like a witch, and he's like, oh, look, I'm Eve Torres, a witch. And basically Teddy Long's like, haha, you're just to let her off. And I'm like, wow, you called her a bitch. You stole my line. You stole my line. She's a big booty bitch. Alright, do not steal. You already stole one of the words. Do not steal big booty. I swear. I'll sue for copyright on that. Seriously though. So then you had Santino popping out there with Lady Gaga. It was just like a comedy segment basically. But so anyway, the triple threat match, the crowd, again, was dead. What's up with the Atlanta crowds being dead? Last year, WrestleMania, dead. 2 years ago, at Royal Rumble, dead. Tonight, pretty much dead. I don't know what's up with you, Atlanta. But, you know, this match was, you know, entertaining. I thought it was not too bad. For a Divas match, I thought this was actually pretty good. Granted, all three of these ladies are not bad to look at, but, you know, it was alright. You know, Eve keeps the belt, you know, keeping the belt, you know, possibly means, ooh, maybe Caitlyn kind of gets her revenge at, you know, like Survivor Series or, you know, somewhere down the road. And last but not least, the main event, the only Hell in a Cell match. Granted, this pay-per-view is literally called Hell in a Cell. CM Punk versus Ryback. And, of course, you had, you know, the Goldberg chants. You know, of course, Goldberg being from Hotlanta, Georgia, you're going to have the Goldberg chants if you're Ryback. You know, let's face it, it's going to happen. And, you know, a lot of people are dissing on Ryback. And, honestly, I find it kind of funny in some sort of way. Not ha-ha funny, but just funny. Like, really? You know, the internet wrestling fans always say, you know, YWC, whatever. Oh, WWE needs a new star. They need new stars. You get one possibly in Ryback, and yet you bash him right then and there. Is he the best wrestler in the world? No. But you're getting new stars, someone different. It's not a John Cena. It's not a Randy Orton. It's not Triple H. It's not, well, I guess you could say, because they're coming back once a year, The Rock. It's not, you know, Brock Lesnar. You know, you don't need guys like that, you know, have already had their time come and go. You got someone else different in the main event, but you bash him anyways. And you sit there going, oh, well, he wasn't selling enough moves. How many moves does freaking Undertaker totally sells with a guy that's smaller than him facing him? Granted, someone like a CM Punk, someone like a Daniel Bryan, someone like a Rey Mysterio. You know, not like a big muscular guy facing him. Because, you know, that's what it is. You know, that's what you would typically think. Oh, a smaller guy beating up a bigger guy. You know, it's probably not going to happen if the bigger guy is stronger and larger. You know, it's just going to happen. But anyways. So yeah, this match, CM Punk Ryback, it wasn't bad of a match. I thought it was alright. You know, obviously not one of the best Hell in a Cell matches that ever lived, ever happened, but, Paul Heyman, he was entertaining outside the cell, you know what I'm saying? He's still alive, he's still alive! It cracked me up. Punk did a good job, Ryback did an alright job. I thought Punk tried everything under the sun. Fire extinguisher, steel chair, none of it really worked. And then, Ryback's going for the shell shock, whatever, and I think that's what it's called. And then, the referee, freaking gives him a low blow. I'm like, what the hell? And then 1, 2, 3, like the fastest count I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, wow, good job. Wow, because we're not doing screw jobs. Like, did we not hint? I mean, you did in freaking 97. You did a few years ago with a breaking point between Undertaker and CM Punk. Yeah, that was cool. And now you're doing it here. I understand it, you want to keep Punk, his wins. You want to keep him the champion longer, year, a long time, obviously, and right back, you trying to keep the streak, his winning streak, and obviously it's technically his winning streak is over, but, yeah, I had to do something, obviously. So after the match is over, Ryback beats the living hell out of the referee, and then Paul Heyman's about to leave off with CM Punk, and then Paul Heyman leaves because he gets scared of Ryback, so leaves CM Punk behind. CM Punk runs on top of the cage, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're going to begin a moment from this mediocre at pay-per-view, and then Ryback does his very top of the cell. Paid me, and that was it. So honestly, this pay-per-view to me, it wasn't like I know people are saying this is the worst pay-per-view. This is what I hate about YWC/internet. Oh, everything, if you don't like it, is immediately the worst pay-per-view ever. You want to watch the worst pay-per-view ever? Watch friggin' Victory Road 2009 and say to me straight face how that pay-per-view was not the worst pay-per-view ever. Oh, Lord have mercy. But anyways, honestly to me, it's an opinion, guys. There's no right or wrong answer. So this is what YouTube is for. So, yeah. It's not the worst pay-per-view in my opinion, my personal opinion ever. It was just one of the pay-per-views you sat there going, ugh, But anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comments, responses, all good.